Hi everybody. I promised y'all a video a couple weeks ago, and then we had spring break, and then I just things just got crazy. So I don't really have an excuse. I just didn't do the video as I said I would. So I wanted to get back with you about this. And I wanted to talk to you about, I had mentioned that I had a new couple that I was seeing in my private practice who had a transgender uh, partner. And I wanted to talk about that because I think it has to do, number one, with sexual orientation, which is part of our most current reading. But I think it's just important to talk about. And it's interesting. Well, it's interesting to me. So, but this couple have been together 17 years, and the male partner, the husband, is has said that he has gender identity disorder. He kind of self-diagnosed, but after seeing her, I believe that to be true. And so now this couple who's been together for 17 years are trying to decide, do they want to stay together, and do they stay together as a partnership, which would then mean that they were a lesbian couple, or do they split up and each go their separate ways? And so it's really there are a lot of dynamics and a lot of things that we're taking a look at. First and foremost is the person who's the transgender person making the right choice for herself, and then to go beyond that, is the partner willing to stay and still be with this person, even though it means that her sexual orientation would be changing, because then she would be going from a heterosexual woman to a homosexual woman, and is that okay with her? So it's really there. It's kind of a fascinating dynamic, and something that I think we're seeing more of, and will continue to see more of as time goes by. I think there are more transgender people who are coming out, who are feeling more comfortable and realizing that this is something that they've wanted for a long time, but they just didn't really know how to move forward. And so I personally, because I've done research, my dissertation was on this particular topic, and so I see a lot of transgender clients. So it's something I'm definitely seeing more of. But I think in general, in general, we're seeing more. And so it's pretty interesting when I talk to the person the transgender person, because biological male, but she has really felt this way her whole life, even though she's been married 3 times and has 2 children, and but she's not been happy. Well, and one of the questions I've heard from people in the general public is, does someone have to go through all that and have surgery, and gender reassignment surgery, sexual reassignment surgery, and all that? Or, why do they have to do that? Why can't this man, who apparently is effeminate, why can't he just be a gay man? Well, it's not about sexuality, and that's why I want to talk about it in the sexuality class, is because this isn't an issue of sexuality. It's an issue of really about gender expression, because it's not about sex for this person. Even though I have to say too that she, biological male, has had problems with sexuality because she didn't feel comfortable having sex as a man, and so this couple hasn't really been sexual in quite some time because of this feeling. And so the wife is supportive, but does she want to proclaim herself as an openly gay woman by staying in a relationship with this person who's transitioning? So there's a lot for us to look at, and um, the best I can do is to try to help each one of them do what they need to do for themselves, and to be true to themselves, and trust that if the love is there and it's strong, then they may be able to stay together, but they may not. Um, it's a hard place for people to be in. So anyway, I brought that up because I think it's something that's important for us to talk about. I think there are more people who are younger people coming out as transgender. We're seeing things on television more about it. We're seeing things in movies about it. Talk shows, Oprah's had people, Anderson Cooper's had people on the show, who are young kids who have come out and said, that they want to that they are either a boy or a girl, no matter if they were born a boy, and that they say they're a girl, and vice versa. And so we're all at some point, I think, not all, but a lot of us are going to be dealing with things like this. And so I think it's important to talk about. It's important for us as family professionals to talk about things like this and to be open and accepting. I mean, I realize that it may be hard because there may be some either religious beliefs or just some thoughts that you have that are going to keep you from being open to things like this. But you will be, and I understand, I'm not trying to say that you should be any way other than what you are, but as family professionals, I think that it's important for us to look at what's important and to see what where our values are, and is it important for us to love everybody regardless, or and be supportive as best we can, or sometimes people just say they can't work with a certain population, and so be it. When we had our discussion, I've been reading so far the discussions that have been posted. And I realize that not everybody's posted, but a couple people have said, that it, as far as let's say homosexuality, for instance, moving away from the transgender topic, that the society is getting more accepting. And one person said, don't we have other things we need to be worried about besides what other people are doing, the choices that they're making? And I think that's true. And I think a lot of people are starting to see that, in this world in which we live today, there are other things that we need to, concern ourselves with besides what other people are doing, like that, the choices that they're making about who they're with as a partner in life. So I think things are changing, and I think that I'm proud of us for where we've come as far as acceptance and tolerance. And tolerance goes across a lot of, there's racial, ethnic, sexuality, socioeconomic, education, things like that. And I think that in general, we're better than we used to be about that. Although now they've got this movie called Bully that's out right now that's, talks about young kids being bullied in school because of, I guess I haven't seen it, but I think a lot of them are homosexual or gay, and they get teased about that or bullied because of it, or transgender. And so I know just as soon as I say we've come a long way, then I see how far we still have to go. And so, but I think, as family professionals, as educated family professionals, we are in a great position to really help make changes in our world, in our society, and by being activists and supporting communities, supporting families, and being more tolerant and understanding of others, empathetic and things. So anyway, that's kind of beyond what the scope of our readings. It's not really, like I said, not as much about the readings. It's just something that I wanted to share that I thought was relevant to our topic and to this course. So anyway, there'll be more to come. And y'all take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.